In the last couple of years, Last Chance U has been one of my favorite television shows. And right now, I'm 30 minutes into episode 1, season 5 of Last Chance U. I'm told this is the final season. Again, I'm 30 minutes in. I'm partway through episode 1. I think it's like 58 minutes total. And I plan to watch season 5 in its entirety at some point in the next couple days and then sit down and do a full review of the series and do spoilers and have fun and talk about it. But I'm 30 minutes in. I want to share my initial impression of the episode and of the show so far because I really encourage you, if you haven't seen Last Chance U season 5, if you love football, if you have Netflix, Last Chance U is a phenomenal show. This season especially is really unique and cool. So go watch Last Chance U. This year they went to Laney College in Oakland. And it's a very, very unique setting for the show. And I'm so glad that they chose to go to Laney College in Oakland because most people have no idea what junior college football in California is like. It's brutal. It's really difficult. I've had friends who've done it, and it's different because there are no scholarships and there's no money to give. And some kids are lucky. I know, in fact, some kids have had their parents pay for everything. The parents pay for their housing and their meals, and they're set. They're good. But most kids don't have parents to pay for everything, and so they're working a job. They're doing everything they can to make ends meet and go to class and play football. It's very unique. It's very bizarre. I mean, there's one guy on the Last Chance U show he works at Wingstop. And you're like, oh my gosh, he's working at Wingstop playing college football. It's not glamorous. It's hard. And because guys aren't on scholarship in California, the players are different. This year, season 5 of Last Chance U, the guys are way less entitled so far than in previous seasons because California is the hardest place to play football, I think, in America, especially at least junior college football. Because again, if you're at Alabama, it's really difficult, but you're not worried about trying to survive, to pay rent, to eat. Where am I going to find food? At least those things are taken care of. You're trying to survive and play football and do school. It's crazy brutal. And, I think junior college football in California, you have more roadblocks than an athlete can run into than pretty much anywhere else in sports. And, you have guys who drive 2 hours to practice or to class, or some players have kids, some players have a full-time job, or they sleep in their car. The situations are so unique and different at Laney College and in California. And then I look at, Laney College, Last Chance U season 5, they got this guy, Coach Beam, coaching at Laney College, and other than the fact that I really, really badly want to trim the dude's mustache because his mustache hangs way down over his lips into his mouth, and I'm like, please, for the love of God, can you trim it? Other than that, Coach Beam is phenomenal. And Coach Beam is unique to the series because, coaches in the past, Buddy Stevens or Jason Brown, the coaches in the previous years were coaches who really didn't seem like great guys. At least not the way Coach Beam does, where Coach Beam seems genuine. He seems like he cares. He's, for once, the head coach of the team is truly like a good character and even a hero. And because, I guess hero in the sense of like, in the storyline of the show, he's a good character. He's not a villain. He's not an antagonist. He's a protagonist. And because that Coach Beam is actually a good dude, this year could actually just be a multi-episode. My prediction is it's a multi-episode commercial for, hey, Laney College is great, and Coach Beam is awesome. Unless some crazy turn happens and Coach Beam is like a really mean, evil dictator who's awful to his players, which I just don't see happening. So far, 30 minutes into episode 1, seems like a great dude who actually genuinely cares for his players, and that's unique because we haven't had that throughout the Last Chance U first 4 seasons. And I wonder if maybe the people that, the crew of the show got tired of having tiny towns and hothead coaches who were angry and hard to work with and would yell at them, tell them to get out of here and pissed off and doing all this stuff. So I don't know where the show is going. I think I can tell, but I'm just excited to watch where the rest of the season goes. I also got to say one more thing. Like right about the point where I left off last night, there's a scene where a guy, Billy Nelson, walks into Coach Beam's office. He's got number 36, and he's really upset. He's like, Coach, do I really got to wear number 36? And it's really interesting. And I'm watching and I go, oh my gosh, that's crazy because I went to middle school with Billy Nelson. And I'm like, wait, what? And Billy Nelson was in my grade, right? We were in 8th grade together years and years ago. And I'm like, how is Billy Nelson here? I remember playing basketball with him at lunch and recess. I'm like, wait, what? This dude's in Last Chance U? And how, I mean, he must have taken years off of football. I haven't seen him. I haven't talked to him in a long time. He went to a different high school in Portland than I did. But I don't know what Billy's story is. I don't know how he ended up at Laney College playing football like 5-6 years after he graduated from high school. It's bizarre. It's wild. But I got to say, it was cool. Bill, if you're out there, I'm rooting for you. It's so cool to see you. I reached out to him on Instagram. We talked a little bit. I don't know, man. He got on the TV screen and I went, what? What the heck? I mean, I was shocked, and it was very bizarre. And so I'm excited to watch the rest of the season to see what happens. I hope Billy has a cool storyline. Maybe he's not featured at all. Maybe he was just in the one scene to get a shot of a guy complaining about the jersey. I have no idea. But again, I want to say it's a great docuseries. It's a documentary. It's a true story. It's real. It's not Friday Night Lights. It's not scripted. It's authentic. It's real people, real stories. It's on Netflix. I highly recommend it. If you haven't watched Last Chance U, the entire series is great, and season 5, 30 minutes into episode 1, is phenomenal. I love it. I can't wait to watch the rest of it and talk about it down the road. But I wanted to do a brief highlight of what I've seen so far and share that, because for me, oh my gosh, it was really, really fun. And for me, it's like a drug. I love Last Chance U. I eat it up. I watch it so quickly because it's I just binge it because I love it so much and it's so interesting. So I had to share my initial enthusiasm for Last Chance U, season 5, and Laney College.